You guys are dramatic. He's not that bad, Jessica defended, but all three knew she was lying. Jess, Lena started, what he does isn't normal. Sniffing your stuff, calling you constantly during work hours. He just loves me, Jessica said, looking away. Love isn't possession. Remember that, Michelle said firmly. They boarded a boat for an island-hopping tour. Jessica stowed her bag under the seat and tried to enjoy the day, the first in 3 years without Ryan by her side. She snapped pictures of the lake, her friends, herself. I'll show these to Ryan later so he knows I'm not up to anything, she thought. The day was joyful. They swam, played beach volleyball, and sang karaoke at the resort's clubhouse. For the first time, Jessica felt free. No one asked who she was talking to. No one checked her messages. No one sniffed her at night. But as the evening wore on, her phone grew heavy in her pocket. 10 texts from Ryan, 3 missed calls. She sighed and replied, "Having fun with the team. Miss you, home tomorrow afternoon. Love you." She grabbed a beer from the cooler and took a sip. "Whoa, Jessica, first time I've seen you drink," Carl teased. "Just a little, I swear. I need to unwind," she said. "You deserve it. Top performer this quarter." Carl grinned. "Enjoy, we've got more swimming tomorrow." The next day, after a fun-filled day of swimming and team activities, Jessica returned to their apartment. She paused at the door, took a deep breath, and opened it. Ryan was on the couch, watching TV but clearly not paying attention, just waiting. His eyes locked on her as he stood to greet her. "Hey babe, how was the team building?" he asked, immediately sniffing her hair. "It was fun. We swam, went island hopping," Jessica said, setting her bag on the table. Ryan grabbed it and opened it. "Why's there so much sand in here? Did you sleep on the beach or something?" "No, of course not," Jessica laughed. "We played beach volleyball, so there's probably sand from that. We stayed at a resort." "Resort?" Ryan's tone sharpened. "I thought it was just a seminar. Why a resort?" "Ryan, it was a company team-building event. That's normal," Jessica said. Ryan fell silent, inspecting her bag, his brow furrowed. "What's this?" He pulled out a small keychain with the resort's logo. "Oh, that's a souvenir. They gave one to everyone," Jessica explained. "Why wasn't this in the pictures you sent? And why does it say for Jessica on it?" Jessica took the keychain. "Yeah, Carl gave them out as team-building gifts with our names on them." Ryan looked away, tossing her bag onto the couch. "So Carl, huh? You two are close now." "Ryan, he's my manager. He's married and he has 3 kids. Come on," Jessica said. I know," Ryan muttered, but his tone suggested doubt. "Sorry, let's eat. I cooked." Dinner was quiet. Jessica wanted to share stories about the team building, but Ryan's face darkened whenever she started. She focused on her food instead. The souvenir she'd bought for Ryan stayed forgotten in her bag. That night, as they prepared for bed, Ryan took her hand. "Sorry," he whispered. "I know I overreact sometimes. I'm just scared of losing you." Jessica's heart softened. She felt love for this flawed man who admitted his mistakes. "I'm right here," she said, kissing his cheek. But before she fell asleep, she felt Ryan's hands creeping over her body, sniffing her neck. Ryan sat in their living room, staring at his laptop. 7 browser tabs were open: Jessica's social media, Google Maps, and an online store selling GPS tracking devices. "Delivery within 24 hours, he muttered, filling out their address. 2 weeks had passed since the team-building incident. Days were quiet, but for Ryan, silence signaled an approaching storm. Jessica still worked night shifts, coming home at dawn, and Ryan wondered why he was always awake, waiting for her. "You're always surprising me," Jessica teased once. Ryan didn't respond, Truth was, he couldn't sleep while she was out. His mind raced. Who was she meeting? Who was she having lunch with? Who sat next to her in the break room? When the package arrived, Ryan didn't hesitate. He placed a small GPS tracker in the back pocket of Jessica's bag, a pocket she rarely used. It's for her safety, he told himself. I know she gets home safe every day, but this is for my peace of mind. One Saturday morning, as Jessica headed to the grocery store for their weekly supplies, Ryan opened the GPS app on his phone. A red dot moved on the map, heading toward the store a few blocks from their apartment. Normal, good, he thought. Minutes later, the dot veered off course, not toward the store, but to an unfamiliar location. What the hell? Ryan muttered, grabbing his keys and wallet. He drove his motorcycle, following the dot's path. It stopped at a gas station. Confused, Ryan wondered why Jessica would go there. She didn't own a car. He parked on the roadside and watched the map. The dot moved again, still not toward the store. He followed until it stopped in a residential area. Damn it, she's visiting some guy. Who lives here? Ryan scanned the simple neighborhood of houses and apartments. He stopped outside a white gate, looking for any sign of Jessica. No Jessica, no woman grocery shopping. Instead, he saw a familiar delivery guy on a motorcycle dropping off packages. It clicked. The tracker had fallen out and ended up with the delivery guy. Damn it! Ryan cursed. He called Jessica, hands shaking. Babe, where are you? Huh? At the grocery store, like I told you, Jessica replied, surprised. Need me to grab anything? Which store? What's the name? Walmart, the one near us, Ryan. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Grab some toothpaste, Ryan said, embarrassed. Bye. When Jessica got home, Ryan checked her bag. The tracker was gone from the back pocket. He took another from the box he'd ordered and placed it in a more secure spot. Another incident happened the next week. After resting at home, Jessica decided to grab coffee at a nearby cafe. Unbeknownst to her, Ryan's phone pinged with a notification that the tracker was moving. He followed, hiding behind cars and poles. He saw Jessica enter the cafe, order, and sit at a table with a book. She was just reading. Why does she need to do this outside? Is she waiting for someone? Minutes passed, and no one showed up. Jessica bought coffee, read, and left. Ryan felt foolish again. How was the coffee shop? He asked when she got home. Oh, you knew? Jessica asked, surprised. It was nice, quiet, perfect for reading. You posted it on your Instagram story, Ryan lied. Huh? I didn't post anything, Jessica said, checking her phone. Oh, maybe another Jessica. My bad, Ryan said, sweating. That night, while Jessica slept, he inspected her bag again. No strange receipts, no unfamiliar scents, no evidence of another man. Maybe I'm just paranoid, Ryan thought, but better safe than sorry. One Wednesday morning, while Jessica showered for her shift, Ryan's phone buzzed. He checked the GPS app and saw the red dot inside their apartment. He knew Jessica was in the bathroom. Broken again? What is this? He called the tracker company's customer service. Hello, I'm having issues with the tracker. It keeps falling off, he complained. Sir, is it secure? Sometimes heavy rain or signal interference causes GPS drift, the agent explained. GPS drift? Yes, sir. It means the location can be inaccurate, giving false data. Ryan shook his head. Could all his suspicions stem from a faulty tracker? He wasn't convinced. As days passed, Ryan grew more paranoid. Once, Jessica got a call from an unknown number. When she answered, Ryan snatched the phone. Hello, who is this? He demanded angrily. Oh, hello, this is a survey from Verizon, a woman replied. Don't call again, Ryan snapped, hanging up. Ryan, why'd you take my phone? It was just a survey, an unknown number, Jessica said. Sorry, Ryan muttered, but his face showed no remorse. Jessica began to realize something was truly wrong in their relationship. The little things she once found cute or sweet were now alarming, but she loved Ryan, and she knew he loved her. Maybe this was just his way of showing it. No, a small voice in her mind whispered. This isn't normal. This isn't love. It's control. Jessica's small laptop cast a faint glow in her room as she typed quietly, working on a project. It was midnight and Ryan was fast asleep in bed, assuming she was on another call center night shift. In truth, Jessica had been home all evening, tutoring an online student in Canada. So that's how you solve for the value of X in this equation, she explained to her student, a high school boy named Tim. Any questions, Tim? No, Miss Jessica. That was very clear. Thank you. The boy smiled on the screen. Great job today. Don't forget to answer the exercises I'll send. Our next session is Friday, same time. Yes, Miss Jessica. Thank you. After the call, Jessica knelt in front of her laptop, pleased with the extra income but exhausted. She'd been tutoring online for 3 months, but hadn't told Ryan. At first, it was just a side gig for extra cash. She wanted to save for her own car to avoid the hassle of commuting to and from work. She knew Ryan disliked her working extra hours, always urging her to rest, but she needed the money and didn't want to rely on him. When her former teacher offered her the tutoring job, she jumped at it. She could teach from home at convenient hours and earn dollars instead of cents. Perfect. The problem was, she knew Ryan wouldn't understand. He often said she should quit the call center and work normal hours so they could talk at night and she could cook dinner. Ryan had old-fashioned views on relationships, and Jessica avoided conflict. So, her routine became finish her call center shift at 6 a.m., sleep until 3 p.m., do housework, cook for Ryan, rest, and tutor online from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. when Ryan was asleep. Tiring, but worth it. She'd saved nearly $2,000. Not enough for a car yet, but a big step. After shutting her laptop, she lay beside Ryan, careful not to wake him. Staring at the ceiling, she thought about the lies she'd told over the past 3 months. Not lies, she justified. Just omissions. I'm not hiding the whole truth. But she knew it wasn't right. She should have told Ryan about the tutoring job. How could she now, 3 months in? He'd think she'd been lying all along, fueling his doubts. Jessica sighed and closed her eyes. Tomorrow I'll tell him, I promise. The next morning, as Ryan got ready for work, Jessica cooked breakfast. Ryan, I need to tell you something, she began, placing coffee in front of him. Ryan replied, engrossed in the newspaper. I have a side gig, she said nervously. I'm an online tutor at night when you're asleep. Ryan stopped reading and looked at her. Tutor? Since when? About 3 months, Jessica admitted, avoiding his gaze. Ryan stood, setting the paper down. 3 months, and you're just telling me now? I knew you wouldn't like me working extra hours, Jessica explained, but I want to save for a car so I don't struggle commuting. You could have just told me, Ryan said, his voice shaking. I thought we had no secrets. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hide it. Who are you teaching? Adults, kids, guys, girls? High school students, some girls but mostly boys, Jessica said. Ryan's brow furrowed. Boys? Teenage boys at night? It's online, Ryan, and they're in Canada. Time zone difference, Jessica clarified. So while I'm asleep, you're in our room with these male students? Ryan's voice rose. Not with them. It's a video call. They're in Canada, Ryan. Why didn't you tell me? 3 months, and you kept this from me. What else are you hiding? Nothing, Jessica snapped, frustrated. I was going to tell you, but I knew you'd get mad. Look, you're mad now. I'm not mad that you're tutoring. I'm mad you didn't tell me. That's different, Jessica. Ryan sat, taking a deep breath to calm himself. Jessica, I get that you want extra income, but you need to be honest with me. What if something happens to you at night, and I don't know where you are?" Jessica sat beside him, holding his hand. "I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I'll show you my schedule, my students, everything." Ryan nodded, but Jessica sensed he wasn't convinced. "How much do you make?" "About $500 a month. I've saved $2,000 for the car," Jessica said. Ryan's jaw dropped. $2,000? Where's that money?" "In a separate account. I wanted to surprise you when I bought the car." "You need a separate account too? Why didn't you tell me?" Ryan's voice rose again. "What else don't I know, Jessica?" "Nothing," Jessica said, her heart racing. "I promise." Ryan grabbed his bag. "I need to get to work. We'll talk later." "Ryan, aren't you happy I'm saving for us?" Jessica called. He paused at the door without turning. "You should have told me, Jessica. We're partners, right?" After he left, Jessica stared at the table. Ryan had a point. She should have told him. But why was his reaction so intense? It was just a job, not cheating. She texted Michelle. "Told Ryan about the tutoring job. He got mad I didn't tell him sooner." Michelle replied instantly. "It's normal he'd be annoyed, but his reaction's over the top. Red flag. You okay?" "I'm fine," Jessica texted back, though she wasn't. "Let's talk later," Michelle replied. "If you need to talk or a place to stay, I'm here." Jessica smiled. At least she had a friend who had her back. That night, Ryan came home with a bouquet of flowers and a box of chocolates. "I'm sorry," he said, hugging her. "I was just shocked earlier. I'm proud of you. You're so hard-working." Jessica was taken aback. She'd expected a days-long sulk. "Thank you," she whispered. "I'm sorry too for not telling you sooner." "So, show me your students," Ryan said, smiling but with a hint of seriousness. Jessica opened her laptop, showing him profiles of her 5 students, 3 boys, 2 girls, ages 13 to 17, all in Canada. She also showed the tutoring company's website. "You teaching tomorrow?" Ryan asked. "Yeah, around 11 p.m., Jessica said. "Cool, can I watch? I'm curious how you teach." Jessica felt uneasy. She wasn't comfortable with the idea, but how could she say no without making him think she was hiding something? "Sure," she smiled. "It's boring, though." "That's fine. I just want to see how good you are," Ryan said, kissing her forehead. As Jessica taught, with Ryan sitting beside her watching, she felt awkward at first, but soon forgot he was there, slipping into teaching mode, explaining algebra to a 15-year-old student. "Wow, you're an amazing teacher," Ryan said after the session. "That kid was cute, seemed more focused on you than the lesson." "Stop it," Jessica laughed. "He's 13, Ryan." "Just kidding," Ryan grinned. "I'm proud of you. Let's sleep. Work tomorrow." Over the next few weeks, things normalized. Ryan was less jealous, and Jessica felt more at ease tutoring at night. But occasionally, she'd hear Ryan get out of bed and open the door, as if checking if she was still in the living room teaching. "I hope he accepts I'm self-sufficient, that I can earn for myself, and don't always need to depend on him," Jessica thought. "Jessica, I have a question," Ryan said one morning as they dressed for work. Jessica replied, brushing her hair. "What's the name of your feminine wash?" Jessica's eyes widened, and she turned to him in the mirror. "What? Why are you asking?" "Just noticed it smells different lately." Ryan shrugged. Jessica set her brush down and faced him. "Ryan, really? You're paying attention to that now?" "I'm just curious. It smells different," Ryan said defensively. "What are you implying?" Jessica asked, irritated. "Do you have to monitor my intimate hygiene too?" "It's not like that," Ryan said, but his eyes betrayed other thoughts. "Just tell me what brand you're using now." "Summer's Eve, the pink bottle, new variant. My OB recommended it for pH balance, Jessica said quickly, grabbing her bag to leave. I gotta go, or I'll be late. Wait, Ryan stopped her. When did you switch brands? And when did you see your OB? You didn't tell me. Last month, just a routine checkup, Jessica said. Do I need to report every appointment to you? Ryan sat quietly on the bed. It's not like that, Jessica. I'm just concerned about your health. If you're concerned, why's your question so weird? Why are you obsessed with how I smell lately? You're like a dog. Ryan's eyes widened. What did you say? Nothing. Jessica shook her head, realizing her words. Sorry, I'm stressed. I'm leaving. At the office, Jessica couldn't focus. Their morning conversation replayed in her mind. Why was Ryan fixated on her scent? Why was he sniffing her underwear? Wasn't that private? Maybe he had a reason. Maybe he was just concerned. But as the day went on, Jessica grew more doubtful. She feared Ryan was controlling her too much. Simple things like changing soap or scheduling doctor's appointments. Did she have to report those? Hey, you okay? Lena asked, standing by her desk. Yeah, just thinking. Jessica smiled. What did Ryan do now? Lena sat beside her. How'd you know it's about him? Jessica asked, surprised. Because he's always the cause of your problems, Lena said. So what's up? It's weird, Jessica said. He asked what brand of feminine wash I use because it smells different. Ew, Lena reacted. How does he know the smell? Don't tell me he's sniffing your... Yeah, Jessica whispered, blushing. All the time, no matter what I say. Jessica, that's not normal, Lena said seriously. That's controlling. Maybe he's just concerned, Jessica defended. You know he's over the top with his love sometimes. That's the problem, Jess. Your definition of love is twisted because of him, Lena explained. Love isn't control or invading your privacy. Jessica fell silent, processing her friend's words. Lena had a point, but she couldn't deny she loved Ryan. 3 years together, so much time and emotion invested. Do you know why he's obsessed with smells? Lena asked. I don't, but he always says he's worried I'm seeing someone else. So basically, he doesn't trust you. After 3 years, still no trust. That's a red flag, girl, Lena concluded. Jessica shook her head. Maybe he's just insecure. He had a bad experience with his ex. How long will you excuse his insecurity at the cost of your well-being? Lena asked. How long will you justify his toxic behavior? Jessica had no answer. When she got home, Ryan was cooking dinner. He smiled as if nothing had happened. Hey, babe, he greeted. Made your favorite chili. Thanks, Jessica said. About earlier? No, I'm sorry, Ryan cut in. I overreacted. I just worry about you. Why do you always sniff my underwear? Jessica asked directly, determined to address it. Ryan stopped cooking and faced her. I don't know, Jessica. It's a habit. But lately, something smells off. What's wrong with me changing my feminine wash? Jessica asked. Nothing. You could have just told me, Ryan said. Ryan, why do I need to tell you everything about my body? I deserve privacy, even in a relationship. I know, Ryan said, but his tone suggested disagreement. But we're partners, right? Don't you trust me? So I'm the one who doesn't trust now? Jessica asked, stunned. You're the one always suspecting me. I'm not suspecting. I'm just worried. That's different, Ryan said. Ryan, Jessica began, if you truly love me, you'll respect my boundaries. You'll respect my privacy. You won't doubt me constantly. I don't doubt you, Ryan said, his voice rising. I'm saying if you've got nothing to hide, why don't you want me to know everything? You don't need to know everything, Jessica shouted. I'm not saying I'm hiding anything. I'm saying some things are personal, and I don't want to share them. Respect, Ryan. That's what I'm asking for. Ryan fell silent and returned to cooking, clearly not done with the conversation but choosing to drop it. That night, as they lay in bed with the lights off, Ryan spoke. "I need to tell you something. I called the OB clinic. You don't have an appointment history from last month." Jessica sat up and turned on the light. "You called the clinic?" "I was just worried," Ryan defended. "Why say you saw a doctor if you didn't?" Jessica froze, unsure how to respond. "I didn't go to the clinic. I saw my friend Michelle, a nurse. She recommended the new feminine wash. It was just an informal checkup." Ryan turned away. "Why lie if there's nothing wrong?" "Because I knew you'd react like this," Jessica said, her voice trembling. "I knew you'd investigate me, so I said I went to the clinic." "So you lied because you knew I'd doubt you? That just proves I should doubt you." "Ryan, I have nothing to hide. I just changed my feminine wash." "Fine, I believe you," Ryan said, but Jessica knew he didn't. The next day, while Jessica showered, Ryan entered the bathroom and picked up the feminine wash. "Summer's Eve," he muttered, reading the label. "New variant, enhanced with aloe vera for pH balance." He checked the product's website on his phone. It was legit. He opened Instagram and found Michelle's profile, Jessica's nurse friend. 3 weeks ago, she'd posted about recommending the new Summer's Eve variant to her friends. Maybe Jessica was telling the truth. But why lie about the clinic? Why see Michelle? Ryan paused. What if Michelle was covering for Jessica? What if she was helping her hide a relationship? Or maybe Jessica had an illness she didn't want him to know about. His mind spiraled. Jessica was hiding something he needed to uncover. Jessica's fingers trembled as she held a small device she'd found in her bag, a GPS tracker. She couldn't believe Ryan, the man she trusted, was secretly monitoring her every move. She'd found it by accident, searching for extra earphones in a rarely used pocket. Thinking it was an earphone, she pulled it out to find a black device with a blinking red light. No rocket scientist was needed to know what it was, especially with GPS tracker and a company website printed on it. "My God," she whispered, sitting at her call center desk during lunch break, alone. How far has his paranoia gone? Her hands still shook. This isn't normal. This isn't right. She wanted to throw the tracker in the trash but had a better idea. Her shift ended in 30 minutes. Perfect timing for her plan. "Lena," she called her friend after the shift. "I need a favor." "What's up?" "Can you take this?" Jessica handed over the tracker. "Put it in your bag and toss it near Lake Michigan after your tattoo session tonight." "What is this?" Lena asked, examining it. "GPS tracker," Jessica said quietly. "Ryan put it in my bag." "What?" Lena gasped. "That's illegal. That's stalking." "I know," Jessica whispered. "Please help me. I want to mess with him. Let him see the GPS go to Lake Michigan." "Then what?" Lena asked, tucking the tracker in her bag. "I'll confront him tonight," Jessica said decisively. "I'm done, Lena. I'm done." "You sure?" Lena's face showed concern. "I'm supportive, but are you really sure?" "Not 100%, but I need to face this. It's not healthy anymore." "Right, stay safe. Text me later." Jessica returned to their apartment, ready to confront Ryan, but he wasn't home. She called his phone. Off. She waited, sitting on the couch, planning her approach. At 8 p.m., the door opened. Ryan walked in, looking tired, carrying a plastic bag of takeout. "Oh, you're here," he said. "Eaten yet?" "Ryan, do you know anything about this?" Jessica asked, showing a photo of the GPS tracker she'd taken earlier. Ryan froze, dropping the bag. He glanced at his phone, and Jessica noticed him opening an app. "Where'd you get that?" he asked, ignoring her question. "In my bag. What is this, Ryan? Why'd you put it there?" "I was just worried about you," Ryan said, sitting beside her. "It's dangerous out there. I wanted to know where you were to make sure you're safe." Safe? Or to make sure I'm not with another guy? Ryan looked away. Ryan, this isn't okay. This is controlling and invasive. You don't own me to track my every move. I'm sorry, Ryan whispered. I got scared you were with another guy, especially after learning you were tutoring online and didn't tell me. So you make excuses to justify doubting me? Ryan, we've been together 3 years. When will you stop thinking I'm cheating? You know my ex, Ryan said. 2 years, and I found out she was seeing someone else the whole time. I didn't know, so I guess I got like this. I was scared it'd happen again. So I'm suffering because of what your ex did? Jessica asked. I'm paying for her mistakes? It's not like that. I was just scared of losing you, scared you'd find someone better while working. Jessica saw tears in Ryan's eyes. She believed his trauma but couldn't excuse his behavior. I understand your fear, she said softly, but what you're doing isn't right. You can't trap me in this relationship because of your fears. I deserve respect and trust. I'm sorry, Ryan cried. I'll remove all the trackers. I'll delete the app. I promise I won't do it again. All? Jessica asked. How many are there? 2, Ryan admitted. 1 in your bag, 1 in your wallet. Oh my God, Jessica whispered, stunned. There's another one. I'm really sorry, Ryan repeated. Please don't leave me. I'll change. I promise. Jessica stood, stepping away. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know if I can keep doing this. I need space. Jessica, please, Ryan begged. Give me a chance. I need time to think. I'm staying at Michelle's tonight. No, please, Ryan pleaded. I'll sleep on the couch. You stay here. No, Ryan, Jessica said firmly. I need to get away. I'll give you time to think too, to realize how wrong this is. I love you, Jessica. Please don't go. If you really love me, you'll respect my decision. Jessica grabbed some clothes, stuffed them in a backpack, and called Michelle to say she was coming over. As she prepared to leave, Ryan sat on the couch, silently crying. I'll be back in a few days. I just need time, Jessica said, closing the door. Ryan nodded, unable to meet her eyes. I understand. I'm sorry, Jessica. At Michelle's apartment, questions flooded out. So he was tracking you with a GPS? Michelle asked, shocked. That's crazy. Yeah, and he's been doing it for a while. 2 trackers, Michelle. 2. You know what that is, right? Michelle asked seriously. That's abuse, Jess. Controlling behavior. Red flag. I know. That's why I need to get away to clear my head. What's your plan? Michelle offered her coffee. I don't know yet. Part of me wants to forgive him. His fear seems genuine because of his ex. That's not an excuse, Michelle said. It's not your job to fix his trauma, especially when it hurts you. Jessica nodded, sipping her coffee. I know, but 3 years, Michelle. It's not easy to let go. But is it worth it? Staying in a relationship where you're constantly monitored, where your privacy's invaded, where you're not trusted? Jessica fell silent, pondering the question. That night, lying in Michelle's guest room, she couldn't sleep. Her mind raced with thoughts of Ryan. What was he doing? Still crying? Angry? Planning another way to track her? She checked her phone. 3 missed calls from Ryan, 5 texts. I'm so sorry, Jessica. I promise I'll change. Please come back. I love you so much. I don't know what I'd do without you. Jessica stared at the screen, unsure how to respond. Part of her wanted to return, to forgive him, but another part said enough, that their relationship was no longer healthy. A week passed since Jessica left their apartment, a week of self-questioning and nightly tears. Sometimes she'd wake at dawn, reaching for Ryan, only to realize he wasn't there. Jess, you not going to work today? Michelle asked, peeking into the guest room. On leave, Jessica said. sitting on the bed with her laptop, just finishing an online tutoring session. Okay, breakfast's in the kitchen. I'm eating, then heading out for my shift. Thanks, Michelle, for everything. After Michelle left, Jessica opened her laptop and logged into her tutoring account. She saw a message from Tim, her 15-year-old algebra student. Miss Jessica, can we have an extra session today? I'm struggling with the new lesson, and I have a quiz tomorrow. Jessica checked her schedule. Nothing planned. Sure, Tim. Is 3 p.m. your time okay? 3 a.m. here, but I'm free. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, Miss Jessica. You're the best. Jessica smiled. Of all her students, Tim was the most passionate about learning, always asking questions. While waiting for their session, Jessica browsed the internet, landing on Facebook. She automatically checked Ryan's profile. He'd updated his profile picture to an old photo of them celebrating their 2nd anniversary. They looked happy then. Were we really happy? She wondered. Or were the red flags there and I missed them? She scrolled to the comments. Friends and family said they looked good together. One comment stood out, from a Michelle Garcia, not her friend Michelle, but another woman. You guys are so cute. When are we hanging out again? Jessica's brow furrowed. Who was this Michelle? She didn't recognize her, and they had no mutual friends. She checked Michelle's profile. New account, few posts. In the photos, Michelle was pretty, fair-skinned, long hair, model-like. Maybe a co-worker of Ryan's, Jessica thought, trying not to assume the worst. But she felt uneasy. She checked other photos and found another comment from Michelle on Ryan's post from a month ago. Miss you. Coffee soon? Jessica's discomfort grew, but she tried to be rational. 3 years with Ryan, she knew him. If he had another woman, she'd sense it. Focus, Jessica, she told herself. Don't become like Ryan, suspecting everything. At 3 p.m., 3 a.m. in Chicago, her tutoring session with Tim began. Miss Jessica, I don't know what I'd do without you, Tim said as they solved problems. You explain better than my school teacher. You're too kind, Tim, Jessica smiled. You're eager to learn, so you're easy to teach. Can I say something? Tim asked nervously. Sure, Jessica said. I think I have a crush on you, Tim admitted, blushing. I know it's silly since you're my tutor, older and in the US, but I think you're beautiful and smart. Jessica was startled but knew teenagers often crushed on teachers or tutors. She wasn't sure how to handle it gracefully. Tim, that's sweet to hear, she said carefully, but I'm your tutor, and our relationship needs to stay professional. I'm here to help with algebra, okay? I know, Tim said quickly. I just wanted to say it. I promise I won't be weird. It's okay, Tim, Jessica said patiently. Let's focus on your studies. Back to this equation. After the session, Jessica stared at the blank screen. It felt strange having a student crush on her, flattering but inappropriate. She checked her phone. No texts from Ryan since yesterday. Maybe he was respecting her need for space. While browsing, she noticed a new post from Michelle Garcia, tagging Ryan in a dinner photo with friends Jessica didn't know. The caption read, "Wow, such a fun group. Thanks for treating us, Ryan. Posted 3 days ago, when she and Ryan were fighting, when he was supposedly devastated by her leaving." Who is this Michelle? Jessica thought, feeling anger and curiosity. Before she could stop herself, she messaged Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'm Jessica, Ryan's girlfriend. Saw your post with Ryan. Didn't know you guys had dinner. Have we met? After sending, Jessica regretted it. What was she doing? This was the exact behavior she hated in Ryan. Suspicion, jealousy, needing every detail. But it was too late. Michelle had seen the message and replied, Hi, Jessica. I've heard about you from Ryan. We're just work friends. He's been helping me with car issues lately. You're lucky to have him. Car issues? Jessica thought. Ryan was a mechanic, but why hadn't he mentioned helping a woman? Oh, cool. How long have you been friends? Just a few months. Met at a car show. He was super supportive when I bought my first car. Nice to meet you, Michelle. Jessica ended the chat, setting her phone down, feeling guilty. Wasn't she a hypocrite, condemning Ryan's suspicion while investigating his friend? This is what a toxic relationship does. It makes you doubt everything and everyone. Her phone buzzed with a new message. She thought it was Michelle, but it was Tim. Miss Jessica, can I ask something personal? Jessica hesitated, recalling Tim's earlier confession, but she didn't want him to feel rejected. Depends on what, Tim, she replied cautiously. Do you have a boyfriend? Oh boy, Jessica thought. Yes, I do. We've been together 3 years. Is he nice to you? The question surprised her. Why do you ask? Just curious. My sister's boyfriend isn't nice to her, and I'm trying to convince her to break up with him. Jessica paused at the message, feeling a strange connection. What does he do that's not nice? He always checks her phone, accuses her of cheating, doesn't let her go out with friends. My parents think it's normal, but I think it's wrong. Jessica's eyes welled up. A 15-year-old saw toxic behavior clearer than she did. You're right, Tim. That's not normal. It's controlling, and your sister deserves better. That's what I told her, Tim replied. So, is your boyfriend nice? Jessica's fingers hovered over the keyboard. We're going through some stuff right now, she typed, but I'm working on it. I hope he's nice to you, Tim texted. You deserve that, Miss Jessica. The simple kindness from a teenage boy brought tears to her eyes. Thanks, Tim. Let's focus on your studies, okay? I'm still your tutor. I know, I just care about you as a person, too. Jessica set her phone down, wiping her tears. Who'd have thought a 15-year-old student would give her perspective on her relationship? The next day, Jessica checked Michelle's posts again. There were photos of her with Ryan at a restaurant, a car show, and what looked like a garage. In one, Ryan had his arm around Michelle, both smiling widely. Caption: Thanks for helping me pick car parts. You're the best, Ryan. Posted 2 months ago, when Ryan was accusing Jessica of cheating, checking her stuff, tracking her. Was he accusing me of what he was doing? She wondered. Without thinking, she messaged Tim. Tim, can I ask something weird? If you found out the person you like was seeing someone else but kept accusing you of cheating, what does that mean? That's gaslighting, Tim replied instantly. My sister's ex did that. He was the one cheating but accused her to distract her from his actions. Jessica stared at the message, pieces clicking together. Ryan's accusations, his obsession with her scent, checking her things, were they a cover for his own guilt? Thanks, Tim. You're wise for your age. My mum's a psychologist. I hear this stuff a lot. Jessica closed the chat, her mind racing. What should she do with this information? Confront Ryan, or was she just paranoid, becoming exactly what she hated in him? She called her friend Michelle, not the mysterious Michelle Garcia. Hey, Michelle answered. Can you help me with something? Jessica asked. Sure, what's up? I need to know more about this Michelle Garcia. She seems really close to Ryan. Oh, Michelle's voice dropped. You think he's seeing someone else? I don't know, but I need to find out. Be careful, Jess. Don't become the suspicious person you're running from. I know, Jessica sighed, but I need the truth. Staring at her laptop, Jessica made a decision against everything she believed about trust and privacy. Tim, sorry to bother you again. Can I ask a favor? Could you flirt with me a bit in our next session? Just simple compliments. I need to test something. Miss Jessica, that's kinda weird, Tim replied. Didn't we say we should stay professional? Jessica closed her eyes, ashamed. What was she doing, using a 15-year-old to make Ryan jealous or catch him in his own game? You're right, Tim. Forget I said that. I'm sorry. It's okay. You all right? Going through personal stuff, but that's no excuse. Sorry again, no worries. See you next session. Jessica shut her laptop, cheeks burning with shame. She'd almost crossed a line that could have cost her job and integrity. I'm becoming like Ryan, suspicious, paranoid, willing to do anything to prove a point. That night, lying in Michelle's guest room, staring at the ceiling, Jessica decided she'd talk to Ryan, not to accuse or argue, but to find out if something was happening with Michelle Garcia. If not, she needed to face her own emerging toxic behavior. She texted Ryan, "We need to talk. Can we meet tomorrow at the coffee shop near work? 3 p.m. Ryan replied instantly, as if holding his phone, "Yes, I'll be there. I miss you, Jessica." Jessica didn't respond to the last part. She wasn't sure what she felt anymore. The coffee shop was quiet when Jessica arrived at 2:55 p.m. She chose a corner table, ordered a caramel macchiato, and waited nervously, hands trembling, heart racing. At exactly 3 p.m., Ryan walked in, looking tired with dark circles under his eyes and messy hair. He spotted Jessica and approached. "Hey," he said softly, sitting across from her. "Hey," Jessica replied, avoiding his gaze. "How are you?" he asked, voice full of concern. "Better," Jessica admitted. "You?" "Miserable," Ryan said bluntly. "I miss you so much, Jessica. The apartment's so empty without you." Jessica nodded, still avoiding his eyes. "Ryan, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest, no matter what." "I promise," he said, leaning closer. "Who's Michelle Garcia?" Ryan's face changed, a flicker of panic before he regained control. "Michelle? Just a work friend. Why?" "Just a friend?" Jessica pressed. "You seem to spend a lot of time together based on her social media posts." "You're stalking me?" Ryan asked, a hint of accusation in his voice. "I saw her comments on your pictures, then found photos of you two. Dinners, car shows, garage visits." "It's nothing, Jessica. She's a customer who became a friend. She bought a used car and needed help fixing it." "That's all?" Jessica asked, finally meeting his eyes. "Yes, that's it," Ryan said firmly. "I swear." Jessica took a deep breath. "Ryan, this past year, you've accused me of cheating constantly. You check my stuff, sniff my clothes, my underwear, track my movements, all while hanging out with another woman you never mentioned." "It's not the same," Ryan protested. "Michelle's just a friend. Your male students, your male co-workers." "Are just students and co-workers," Jessica cut in. "But you didn't believe me." Ryan fell silent. "Here's what I think," Jessica said, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "Either you're projecting your own guilt onto me, or you're so insecure you can't handle me interacting with any man while you're free to befriend other women. That's not fair." "It's not like that," Ryan said. "There's nothing with Michelle." "Then why hide her? Why not mention you're helping a woman with her car? Why keep it secret if it's innocent?" "Because I knew you'd react like this. I knew you'd get jealous," Ryan blurted. "Wow, that's rich," Jessica laughed bitterly. "You sniff my underwear for other men's scents, but I'm the jealous one." "I'm not cheating, Jessica." "Maybe not physically, but emotionally. Are you sure nothing's going on with Michelle?" Ryan started. "She's just a friend. Look me in the eyes and tell me you've never been romantically attracted to her. Tell me you never flirted, even a little." Ryan couldn't meet her gaze. "It's not what you think." "So there is something," Jessica said, her heart sinking. "I knew it." "Nothing happened," Ryan said. "Yeah, she flirted sometimes, and I guess I was flattered by the attention, but I didn't act on it. I love you, Jessica." "While you enjoyed her attention," Jessica's voice broke, "you made me feel like a criminal in my own relationship. Do you know what that does to someone? Always suspected, watched, doubted?" "I'm sorry," Ryan reached for her hand across the table. I was insecure, scared of losing you. Jessica pulled her hand back. No, Ryan, you controlled me, maybe because you knew what you'd do with Michelle. That's not true. I didn't cheat. Cheating isn't just physical, Jessica said. You betrayed my trust by tracking me. You betrayed my privacy by checking my stuff. You betrayed our relationship by forming an emotional connection with another woman while making me feel guilty for talking to male co-workers. Ryan was silent, tears in his eyes. I checked your Facebook, Jessica said. I saw you go out to dinner with her and friends days after I left, while texting me how miserable you were, how much you missed me. It wasn't like that, Ryan tried to explain. I was miserable. The dinner was planned and I didn't want to cancel. Right, Jessica nodded, unconvinced. Did you tell Michelle we were having problems that I left? Ryan's silence was answer enough. I thought so. Was she your backup plan? No, Ryan shouted. It wasn't like that. Then what was it, Ryan? Explain it to me. Ryan took a deep breath. I helped her with her car. We became friends. She started flirting. I didn't stop her. I liked the attention. I liked feeling wanted, appreciated, especially when our relationship was tense because of my suspicions. So your solution to our relationship problems, your jealousy, was to seek attention from another woman? Jessica asked, incredulous. I know it sounds bad, but I didn't plan to act on it. It just felt good to be admired. While you made me feel untrustworthy, while you made me doubt myself, feel guilty for things I didn't do. I'm sorry, Ryan repeated. I know I messed up. I hurt you, but I love you, Jessica. Only you. Please give me another chance. Jessica looked at the man she'd loved for 3 years, who'd made her feel both valued and caged. Part of her wanted to forgive him, to return to happier times, but she knew those times were tainted now. I don't know if I can, she said honestly. I don't know if I can trust you again, or if I can trust myself. I'll change, Ryan promised. I'll go to therapy. I'll delete the tracking apps. I'll introduce you to Michelle properly, or cut contact if you want. That's the thing, Jessica sighed. I don't want to be the person telling their partner who they can be friends with. I don't want to be like you, Ryan. Ryan winced. I need more time. This talk has given me a lot to think about. Don't give up on us, Ryan pleaded, reaching for her hand again. This time she let him hold it, feeling the familiar warmth. I'll let you know when I've decided. For now, I need to be alone. She stood to leave. Ryan grabbed her wrist. Jessica, wait. I have one more thing to say. She looked down, waiting. Ryan started, then shook his head. Just know I love you. Always have. That's why I acted this way. Jessica nodded, gently pulling her wrist free. Goodbye, Ryan. As she walked away, she couldn't shake the feeling that Ryan had something heavier to confess. 2 days later, Jessica sat in Michelle's living room, staring at her phone. She'd received a text from Lena. Jessica, I saw something you need to see. Can we meet today? Sure. Where? Mall near my office. Food court, 5 p.m. I'll be there, Jessica confirmed, curious about Lena's discovery. At 5 p.m., Jessica found Lena at a corner table in the food court, looking serious, almost sad. Hey, Jessica greeted, sitting down. What's up? Lena took a deep breath. I'm not sure if I should show you, but you deserve to know. She pulled out her phone, opened the gallery, and handed it to Jessica. The photo showed Ryan and a woman, likely Michelle Garcia, sitting close in a Starbucks booth in Chicago's Loop. They weren't kissing or hugging, but their body language screamed intimacy, heads leaning toward each other, both smiling. This was yesterday? Jessica asked, voice shaking. Yeah, around 3 p.m. Did they see you? No, I was in a corner. They were too absorbed in their conversation to notice anyone. Jessica returned the phone, a strange calm settling over her. Thanks for showing me. You okay? Lena asked, concerned. Weirdly, yeah, Jessica said, surprised by her own truth. It's like this is the confirmation I was waiting for. What'll you do? I think I need to talk to Ryan one last time. But first, I want to know more about this Michelle. How? Lena asked. Social engineering. Jessica smiled bitterly. I learned a thing or two from my jealous ex. That night, Jessica created a new Instagram account with a generic name and profile picture. She followed Michelle Garcia and random accounts to seem legit, then waited. The next day, she observed Michelle's activity, posts, comments, likes. She noticed Michelle often tagged a specific salon in Chicago's River North. Perfect. The next day, Jessica booked a manicure at the salon and arrived early. At 3 p.m., Michelle walked in, even prettier in person. Long hair, stylish. Jessica watched her greet the receptionist like an old friend and sit for a hair treatment. Now's my chance. After her manicure, Jessica casually sat beside Michelle. That color looks great on you, she said, pointing to Michelle's new hair shade. Thanks, Michelle smiled. I'm torn between this brown or a darker shade. Brown's perfect for your skin tone, Jessica said. I'm Jessica, by the way. Michelle, the woman replied, shaking her hand. You come here often? Every 2 weeks, Michelle nodded. Been coming for years. You? First time, Jessica admitted. My old salon closed. They chatted about hair, nails, and beauty trends. Jessica steered the conversation carefully. So, you single? She asked casually, flipping through a magazine. It's complicated, Michelle said. I like someone, but he has a girlfriend. Jessica was startled but kept her face neutral. That's tough, but I feel like they're about to break up. Yeah, Michelle said, lowering her voice. They've had issues lately, and his girlfriend left. Really? Jessica feigned interest. How'd you know? Rex told me, Michelle said, then froze, eyes wide. I mean, Ryan. Jessica played dumb. Who's Ryan? Oh, just a friend, Michelle said hesitantly. Anyway, this is getting personal. Sorry. It's fine, I'm curious. My love life's complicated too, Jessica said. Michelle grew quiet, clearly uncomfortable. Her hair treatment finished, and she stood quickly. Nice meeting you, Jessica. I've got another appointment. See you around, she said, hurrying out. Jessica watched her leave, heart pounding. She had confirmation. Ryan was telling Michelle about their problems, their breakup, and Michelle was waiting, hoping their relationship would end. That's why he always suspected me. I wasn't the one with secrets. He was. She called Ryan. Jessica, he answered, surprised. How are you? Decided yet? Yes, she said firmly. We need to talk now, at the apartment. I'm coming home, Ryan said. At their apartment, Jessica braced herself. She knew this would be hard, but she needed to face the truth, and Ryan needed to face his lies. She heard the door open, and Ryan walked in, startled to see her waiting on the couch. Jessica, he said, stepping closer. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you so much. When did you meet Michelle? Jessica asked directly. I told you, just a few months. If I ask Michelle, will she tell the same story? Jessica cut in. Or have you known her longer? Why would you ask her? Ryan asked warily. We met, Jessica said simply. Earlier, at the salon. Ryan paled, sitting across from her. What did she tell you? Enough to know the truth, but I want to hear it from you. This is your last chance to be honest, Ryan. When and how did you meet Michelle? Ryan took a deep breath, deciding. A year ago, he admitted quietly. A year? Jessica asked, shocked. You said a few months. I lied. I met her at a bar for Danny's birthday. I didn't tell you because you weren't there. So you've been hiding her from the start. It wasn't a big deal then. We exchanged numbers because she had a car that needed fixing. That was legit. When did it become more than professional? Jessica asked, voice steady. Ryan looked away. About 6 months ago. It started with texts, then coffee, sometimes dinner. During that time, you were sniffing my clothes for other men's scents, doubting where I went, putting a GPS tracker in my bag, all while you were seeing another woman. She's not my girlfriend, we're just friends, Ryan insisted. Ryan, I saw you with her. Lena has a photo. Other friends saw you too. Your behavior wasn't just friendly. Ryan shook his head, but couldn't deny it. Okay, there was something, but it was just attraction. We never cheated, Jessica. Never. Maybe not physically, but emotionally, Jessica said. How do you go out with her days after I left? How do you tell her about our problems? That's cheating to me, Ryan. I'm sorry, Ryan whispered. I was confused. I thought I was losing you, so I let myself explore the possibility with Michelle. But I didn't mean to hurt you. But you meant to doubt me. You meant to control me. You meant to make me feel untrustworthy. It's my fault, Ryan admitted. Because something was happening with Michelle, I got more insecure about us. I thought if I could have feelings for someone else, maybe you could too. So you wanted me to be the villain? Jessica realized. So if I caught you, you could say we're even, that it's not just you. Ryan broke down, head in his hands. I don't know why I did that to you. I love you, Jessica, but my own actions scared me. 3 months had passed since Jessica left their apartment. 3 months of moving on, crying, and slowly healing. Jessica sat in her new studio apartment in Chicago's Wicker Park, near her work. She was comfortable here, with a small plant on the windowsill, books on a shelf, and a cozy sofa too small for sprawling out, a quirk Ryan always hated. But Ryan was gone. Jessica sipped hot coffee at her desk, finishing her last online tutoring session of the day. Miss Jessica, I got an A on the quiz, Tim said excitedly from the screen. Thank you so much. All that extra practice helped. Wow, that's awesome, Tim, Jessica beamed. You worked hard for it. Be proud. I am. Miss Jessica, can I ask something kind of personal? Jessica paused, recalling Tim's last personal question, but she felt more at ease now. Sure, what is it? Are you happier now? You seem lighter, more cheerful. Jessica warmed at the boy's observation. Yes, Tim, I am. I made some big changes in my life. Tough, but necessary. I'm glad. You deserve to be happy. Thank you, Jessica smiled. That's it for today. Great job on the quiz. After the session, Jessica closed her laptop and walked to the window. In her reflection, she saw herself, thinner from the breakup, but her eyes brighter, more alive. The first month after leaving Ryan was brutal. He texted and called, begging for another chance. Once he got drunk and showed up at her friend's apartment where she was staying, yelling until neighbors called the police. By the second month, he quieted down. Mutual friends said he'd started therapy. He sent a formal apology letter, giving her space without asking to reconcile. Jessica appreciated it but wasn't ready to talk. Girls' night tonight. New bar in Logan Square. My treat. You in? Lena texted. Hell yeah, Jessica replied. What time? Excited to wear my new dress. 7 p.m. Dress to kill girl. Jessica grinned, before she'd have to justify every detail to Ryan, who she was with, where, when she'd be home. Now no one questioned her, no one doubted her, no one checked her stuff for another man's scent. At the bar, she spotted Michelle, Lena, and other friends. They had a blast. Back at her apartment, Jessica was excited for her solo trip tomorrow. She packed a suitcase, then sat on her bed, pulling out the journal Michelle gave her when she moved out. She opened it carefully and began writing. Dear self, it's been 3 months since I left. 3 months of a journey to find myself. It hasn't been easy. Many nights I cried. Many days I doubted. Many moments I wanted to go back out of fear of being alone. But now I'm slowly feeling freedom. I'm like a bird caged for too long. Now free, I don't know how to use my wings yet, but I'm trying every day to fly higher, farther. Tears fell as Jessica wrote. Tomorrow I'm going to the beach alone, a thing I couldn't do before because I'd worry about Ryan's reaction, his jealousy, his accusations. Now I'm going for me, for peace. Do I miss Ryan? Yes, sometimes. I miss the good memories, our laughter, his embrace on cold nights. But I don't miss the constant doubt, the surveillance, the need to prove myself. I don't know where life will take me next. I'm not ready for a new relationship. I need to rebuild myself before sharing my heart again. But I know what to look for next time. I know the red flags. Most importantly, I know I deserve true love, a love free from jealousy and control. As I head to the beach tomorrow, I'll breathe deeply, let the breeze slip through my fingers, watch the water flow like life does. I know I'm stronger now. She closed the journal and shut her eyes. The next morning, at the bus terminal heading to Lake Michigan's shores, Jessica felt a profound shift. No doubts, no fears, no scent of suspicion. Instead, there was the smell of a fresh start, the sea, the breeze, freedom. And that concludes Jessica's story. I hope you found inspiration and lessons in it. Thank you so much for listening. This is your host, Mr. Hope. I'll see you soon.